In this video, we're going to discuss about leaky gut syndrome, a condition which you may probably have but have never realized it. We recently had a client here at Harmony. She was in her 30s. She presented with a lot of multiple food sensitivities. She was having constant burping, bloating, and indigestion after every meal. And because of this problem, she was always very fearful towards any food that she would eat. Over time, the problem became even worse. She would withdraw herself from social situations. This would affect her personal life, and it even came to a point wherein she quit her job because of these problems. She was also suffering from chronic constipation and erratic bowel movements, and there was a lot of uncertainty in that area as well. Almost 50% of the clients that we see here suffer from these problems, and not only that, their personal, social, and work life is affected because of these problems. So these are all manifestations. All of the symptoms that I just listed are manifestations of a condition called leaky gut syndrome, a condition wherein the integrity of your gastrointestinal system or your gut is compromised. Therefore, you suffer from a lot of digestion related issues. To really understand what the solution for these problems are, you need to actually understand what the root cause of this problem is or where it all started from. The human body harbors trillions of bacterial species. In fact, there are 10 times the number of bacterial cells in our body than human cells itself, and it's mostly concentrated in the gut. Your gut starts from your mouth, extends to your esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, rectum, and then anus. And mostly almost 1,000 different species of these bacterial culture are present in your large intestine and your small intestine. Now the question is, bacteria or microorganisms are usually associated with diseases and infections. The question here is, what are these bugs doing inside your gut? The term symbiosis is the answer. Almost all living creatures on earth live in a symbiotic relationship among each other. In fact, life on earth is possible because of these symbiotic relationship between different creatures. A similar example would be the one between butterflies and flowering plants. Flowers have nectar in them which the butterflies relish on. The same way, butterflies carries the pollen from the flowers in their hair, dispersing it to the plants of the same species, allowing the plant to reproduce. Now this is an example of a symbiotic relationship between them wherein both are benefited and none of the parties are harmed. A similar relationship exists between the human host and bacteria. The humans provide nourishment to the bacteria in the form of fiber, and in turn these bacteria helps in the absorption of nutrients and secrete compounds, metabolic byproducts that positively influence our immune system, metabolic factors, and other essential factors. When this particular balance of good bacteria and bad bacteria is lost in a condition called dysbiosis, wherein harmful bacteria outnumbers good health promoting bacteria, this causes digestion and other related issues. In the long run, this may cause immune related issues such as autoimmune conditions like hypothyroidism, neurodegenerative disorders like Alzheimer's, and even metabolic conditions like diabetes and obesity. Why does harmful bacteria infiltrate the gut and take over the good bugs? Imagine the gut to be a gated community where access of entry is only granted to residents and their visitors. There is a gatekeeper or security guard who determines who is accessed entry and who is denied entry. This is exactly what the gut barrier does. This ensures that crime rates are reduced and that community is a safe place for the residents. Now, what happens if this system is not in place? Any trespassers could enter the gate, they could misuse the facilities and even cause crimes. This is exactly what happens when the intestinal barrier integrity is also compromised. Your intestinal barrier ensures that certain molecules such as nutrients, other small molecules and ions can selectively enter the gut, while at the same time preventing pathogenic bacteria and toxins from entering the gut through certain tightly regulated mechanisms. The intestinal barrier, or also called the intestinal epithelium, it's the surface membrane of the intestine. This is a single layer of specialized subtype of cells which are all stacked very closely together with the use of junctional proteins or complexes. This is just like how bricks are stacked together with the help of cements. This intestinal barrier is of utmost importance in maintaining biological balance. For additional layer of protection, there is also a layer of mucus which contains a lot of antimicrobial peptides and several immune regulating factors that further protect the gut from pathogenic bacteria and other toxins. Compromised gut barrier causes microbial imbalance wherein harmful bacteria outnumbers the beneficial bacteria, destroys the gastrointestinal system causing digestion and other related issues, and this process is called, or this phenomenon is called, leaky gut syndrome. Physical damage to the barrier occurs in case of surgery and other trauma, but most other causes are factors that occurs over a period of time and are most usually multifactorial, or factors that occur in combination with each other. Example, emulsifiers in food such as CMC and polysorbate 80 can dissolve the mucosal layer, making it exposed to a lot of microbes and other pathogens. Chronic unregulated use of NSAIDs like ibuprofen, antacids and antibiotics, chronic intake of refined carbohydrates and inflammatory oils, trans fats, etc. Even chronic high intensity exercise and chronic emotional stress that is unaddressed can also in the long term damage the intestinal barrier. So how do we solve this problem? The solution lies in re-establishing the intestinal ecosystem, repopulating the gut, and then repairing the existing damage. We here at Harmony follow a protocol called weeding, seeding and feeding in order to re-establish the gut. This is formulated by the Institute of Functional Medicine. Imagine the gut to be a plot that has been abandoned for years. Now, if you would like to plant a seed in that soil, you wouldn't directly go and plant the seed in a soil which is so infertile from years of disuse. You would first, as a first step, you would clear out any weed that is there, you would clean out the soil and let it rejuvenate, then plant the seed, and after that you would provide the seed with nourishment, water and sunlight in order to help it grow. The same exact protocol applies for your gut. The first step here is weeding, wherein you are taking out all food items or others which could possibly irritate the gut and cause dysbiosis. Certain foods that have the highest potential of causing dysbiosis are inflammatory foods like gluten, lactose, vegetable oils, trans fats and packaged and ultra processed foods. So in this step, we make sure that there are zero irritants in the gut. We make sure that the gut has a clean environment. The second step is seeding. This is the step wherein we are putting in the good stuff. Here the good stuff that I am referring to is probiotics or live bacterial culture in the form of either fermented food or high quality probiotic supplements in the right form and dosage. This is to make sure that good bacterial culture is repopulated in the gut. The third step is feeding. This last step ensures that the benefits obtained from the last two steps is maintained. That is, here you are actually feeding the microbiome that you have already repopulated the gut with so that it can thrive and flourish, and it can take dominance over the bad bacteria. Here you're also adding prebiotic fiber, which is the food for the good bacteria, and at the same time you're also adding nutrients which can rejuvenate the intestinal barrier, such as zinc and short chain fatty acids. The weeding, seeding and feeding protocol is not a universally fitting shoe. It is just a guiding principle. No two individuals while they are in this protocol go through the same experience or have the same outcome. An element of personalization is integral to the success of this program. We here at Harmony work with our clients as a team of nutritionists, health coaches, doctors, and even psychologists if required. We here at Harmony support our clients in this journey by first scientifically structuring a protocol specifically for them, providing them with daily dietary and other supports, and constantly monitoring them and closely working with them so that the element of personalization is kept as a central part of our services. We do this through a 3 to 4 month program called Functional Health Coaching Program.